Okay, first and foremost, I want to say that I'm glad that Snoop Dogg came out and, officially apologized and to Gayle. I'm glad that he did that. His face, he looked like, he's like trying to bring forth a serious and sincere apology. But the audio, I don't know if it was my phone or what, but it seemed like the audio wasn't clear. You put it out there. It's an important move. You say you spoke to your mother, whatever the situation, about the situation, but the apology is not as clear as the insult. The insult was like, loud and clear, and audio was good. But the apology, I don't know if it's my phone or not, it sounded like the audio was like cracking up or whatever the situation is. If you want to, send an apology, you should do it in a professional production, because it seemed like the insult was a professional production. I could hear you asking a question, somebody in the background, can I say it? Can I say it? And they said, yeah, like, go ahead, you know what I'm saying? And you went ahead and you insulted your sister, you know what I'm saying? And she not any ghetto hood chick, you understand what I'm saying? She is somebody that's a journalist in the media, high profile. Her best friend is Oprah, a billionaire, and she has a job. I guess it's with CBS or whoever. I don't know everything about her. I don't know. I think she getting like $1 million something or more a year, for her work or whatever the situation is. So when you come out to insult her, you jeopardizing her as a black woman. It's hard enough for us already. You jeopardizing her career, her job. You understand? Whereas that was something that you could have, because you're a high profile person too, that's something that you could have found her number and you could have discussed that behind the scenes, or you could have called her and told her about it. But you enjoyed the getting on camera, the thing going viral, through Instagram and every place else that it went viral. Everybody know about it. Everybody shared it, and everybody got a little laughter out of it, or whatever the situation is, because it appeared to seem a little funny, at first, or whatever the situation is. Right? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you jumping on her about your man or whatever the situation is, Kobe Bryant, that's my man or whatever the situation is, and I'm protecting for his family and everything like that. But there's a way to do things. If you never had to go to college or whatever the situation is, where they teach you professionalism and stuff like that, and how to do things professional. But in the media, we don't want to hear professional. They want, your fans and stuff like that want to hear some straight out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some straight out, real feelings, what they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? And they want you to express to Gayle how they feel. So you actually, what you're actually doing is expressing what other people feel, how other people feel inside. The expression that's not going to get attention in the media from a regular Joe Blow, what he want to say to her, you're expressing it through your platform. And we get that, and we understand that. And you want to do that for Kobe and his family and stuff like that. I'm quite sure that Kobe got plenty of support and stuff like that. And I'm quite sure that he got his lawyers managers, the NBA, and all of them to come out when they need to come out and say something professionally, or to make a phone call to Gayle or whatever about the situation, But you got your little fame and stuff, because you're famous already. But what I'm noticing is that everybody that's famous, or the rappers or whatever, every time they get a chance to jump out and say something that's going to go viral again, they would like to go viral, and they would like to speak what other people can't express, can't get out, because they're not famous enough to get noticed like that and stuff like that. So you doing it for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because you big Snoop Dogg and stuff like that. And I'm not insulting you. I actually like you, and I've liked your music, and you remind me of my nephew when you was younger. My nephew favored you and stuff like that. He got killed in the streets of Baltimore and stuff like that. So, we have to do better as, black people and stuff like that. The black on black violence and stuff like that. And the crabs in the barrel mentality and stuff like that. Pulling each other down and stuff like that. Which, you probably don't think, oh no, Gayle, she's Oprah's friend and stuff like that. I can't never pull her down or whatever the situation is. But that's never going to go away. When you die, and we all have to die. When something happened to you, like maybe happened to Kobe, like a plane crash, car crash, or you got to travel a lot, or be in the media, or if you just die of natural causes or whatever the situation is, they are always going to remember you for what you did to your own black sister. And not only that, you have Martha Stewart that you be working with all the time and stuff, and I see that she likes you a whole lot, or whatever the situation is. I guess she contacted you to work together with you, or whatever the situation is, and you have shown Martha Stewart nothing but respect. Every time you speak on that white lady and stuff like that, and I'm not prejudiced or nothing like that, but I just been through it with my black brothers and stuff like that. Anytime you speak about Martha Stewart, it's it's with respect. You support her. If anybody go to do or say anything about Martha Stewart, you probably be the first one down their back, protecting her, or whatever the situation is. So, I'm just saying, if you don't have nothing nice to say about us, black women, try, for black men, just try not to say nothing at all. Because if you come out, every time you coming out at a black woman, because only reason why you're able to, and your wife is black, you know what I'm saying, and we proud of you about that, you know what I'm saying, you stuck with your high school sweetheart and stuff like that. She's a black female or whatever the situation is. You have a black daughter or what have you, so and a mother who you said you spoke to and everything like that. So Snoop, if you're listening to this my video, if you got wind of this video, it's no disrespect. I don't want no problems. I can't afford no problems or whatever the situation is. I'm just saying that your apology video was, I think the sound was distorted or something like that. Like, the words that you were saying was like cool, but I don't know if it was my phone or what was messing up at the time, but the audio it sounded terrible or something. You know what I'm saying? And but I do appreciate that you coming out and apologizing and stuff like that. You know that it was serious. Susan Rice came out, and she came out, another black woman came out, like, threatening and stuff like that. And I was happy that Gayle had some support. You had Oprah crying. You understand what I'm saying? Because you need to apologize to Oprah too, because you said, isn't you Oprah's friend and stuff like that. They doing their thing, they living their life. You doing your thing, you living your life, or whatever the situation is. yeah, it was too soon. OJ came out in support of you. Several men came out in support of you, or whatever the situation is. But she's doing her job how she's doing her job. You're doing your rapping and your job and stuff, and the stuff that you rap about and all of that stuff like that. People criticize, you know, you. How you speak about women and stuff like that, but yet you're a married man. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, don't be the pot calling the kettle black. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing something wrong too. She did something wrong too, and it was too soon. And y'all wanted to jump out the window and stuff. But it's easy to jump out the window on a black woman. But all the white people that came out and said something or whatever the situation is, I didn't see you jumping and going viral about them. There's been several videos that I seen and stuff like that saying that, oh yeah, that's good for Kobe because he raped the woman and stuff like that. And I guess he was never convicted of raping the woman or whatever the situation is and stuff like that. Because I understand these women out here, they want to get with professional ball players and stuff like that, and rappers and stuff like that. And then when they see that it's just going to be a one night stand, and you don't want to get in contact with them no more. You're not calling them on a regular basis. You're not bringing them into your rich life or your celebrity, famous life and stuff like that. Then they might turn around and say, oh yeah, he raped me or whatever the situation is, or I didn't consent to that sex or whatever the situation is or whatever, because you're not bringing them into the life. You having sex with them and you sending them back home to struggle. You know what I'm saying? You sending them back home to regular life. And, they might be sleeping with you because they trying to they want you to be changing their lifestyle up. You know what I'm saying? Giving them money on a regular basis. They can move out of the hood and move somewhere rich or whatever the situation is, into a good community or a gated community or whatever. And when they see that's not the deal and stuff like that, it's a possibility that she was lying. Somebody came out and said the lady came out, went to the club and said she had sex with Kobe and was bragging about it and stuff like that. But to turn around and make the allegations and stuff like that. So other people came out and said negative stuff about Kobe, but when the black woman, a piece of media came out from a black woman, Gayle King, everybody was jumping down her back. You understand what I'm saying? And our high-profile black men was, on the front lines, to knock her down. You understand what I'm saying? And before, even calling her or having a discussion behind the scenes, because when you came forward, you could have said, I tried to get in contact with you, Gayle, or I contacted Gayle and I spoke to her over the phone and she didn't see nothing wrong with what she said or something like that. You didn't give her an opportunity, but you called her out of her name, a dog face and all of that stuff, and the B and word and all of that stuff like that. And is that defamation of character? Can she sue you for a defamation of character while she's a media person and you're a high profile person too? So now this is changing her fan base. You may have already done damage that can't be repaired. So you coming out apologizing, saying sorry when the damage is already done. And did your mother tell you to apologize and this is the only reason why you want to come forth and do it? Or is this your sincere apology? Because it just seemed like the audio was whack. You understand what I'm saying? Like the diss that you did for her was like clear and your whole body was up in the camera and stuff. But the apology was like skimpy. You know what I'm saying? But I still appreciate it, and I'm still glad you came out and you did it, or whatever the situation is. I guess, behind the scenes, you getting, people might be calling you or whatever the situation is on it or whatever, or other black, older men or whatever, they might be telling you that that wasn't right or whatever the situation is. And also, you're a Crip. You're a gang member. So when you made the threat to her, like, I'll come get you or whatever you said, don't quote me for what you said, but you said call to dog face, B, bitch, or whatever, and I'll come at you and get you and stuff like that. That's scary for somebody, a man that's got a gang behind him, that wear the blue and represent the gang culture and stuff like that. That's very scary. It happened to me with the Bloods. My own cousin sicked the Bloods on me and had them all around my projects and stuff like that. So that's a scary, I know the feeling, and I'm talking from experience, because, instead of my brother coming and speaking to me and stuff like that, he go to the street and go talk to his gang buddies and stuff like that, and then they surround my building and be all up in my building and be all harassing me and mean mugging and all of that stuff like that, when he could have just pulled me to the side and spoke to me instead of damaging my reputation in the street and all of that stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you knocked me all the way down. It affected my pockets and my money too. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand what Gayle King may be going through and stuff like that, and she might come out and accept the apology, but I won't blame her for not, because the damage is already done. The damage is already done, and for you making a video or audio that was like not as impressive as the diss that you did on her. You know what I'm saying? The audio was, it sounded like it was breaking up or something like that. It wasn't clear. You know what I'm saying? So, get your production together, whatever the situation is. Nobody don't want no problems out of no gang members or whatever the situation is. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't even come out and just say it in a way where Gayle, do you understand? You understand what I'm saying? How we feeling right now? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, she's Oprah's friend. So, and she getting $1 million or better a year, earnings, I guess, from CBS or whatever the situation is, because of her stature in life or whatever the situation is. So she probably don't know what us regular people is going through. You barely know what us regular people is going through, because you rich too and traveling all over the place and stuff like that. So, but because he's a baller and, y'all watch sports and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we all know Kobe Bryant and stuff like that. But then, you got that Me Too movement, with the women and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So any man that goes to jail or dies or something like that, that had an issue with them raping women or whatever, that Me Too movement is out there. You got to remember that too, you know what I'm saying? So women is kind of like speaking up for women, and yes, it probably was, too soon, but there's other people who came out directly, not in an interview or where there's multiple questions and stuff like that. There's people that came out directly and said, yeah, that's good for him, because he raped the woman, you know what I'm saying? And I think she was a white woman too, so, the white guys and, white woman is out saying, yeah, that's what he get and stuff like that, but you're not coming at their throats like that, but you want to take down a high-powered black woman and stuff, and insult her in front of the media and go viral. So you black men, y'all should be lifting up the black woman. I'm not staying on this any longer about this situation. I done made too many videos about this situation. Snoop Dogg, your message should be a little bit more clearer. I think you sincere or whatever the situation is, but your apology video, the production looked at whack. You know what I'm saying? But and the audio was whack. treat your black woman like you treat Martha Stewart, with a lot of respect, okay? So that's all I got to say about the situation. Like and subscribe. All right? So peace. I'm out.